For your listening pleasure on this Wednesday morning, August 14th, time about 9:50 today. But we've got another special edition of Gov Talk with Chase Clanton sitting in Studio B with some of our friends from the Bedford County school system. Without further ado, Chase, go ahead and take it away.
Well, thank you, Producer Brandon. This is Chase Clanton on behalf of Hopkins Farms Broadcasting. Thank you so much, Scott Johnson, for the show with the Parks and Rec Center here in Shelbyville. And yes, Brandon, we have a special show today at about 9:50 for the Bedford County Schools internship program. Today, I'm joined with a handful of guests, Miss Gracie Herrod, the communications intern, and Nick Eagles, the communications assistant.
Hey.
And also Sam Blevins, one of my former teachers in high school, one of my favorites, I'll just have to say, the work-based learning and ICON program coordinator. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning to you. So we want to talk about this internship program and what our experience has been, and the radio station has experience with it as well. So this is going to be like part information, part testimonial. So let's start out. How did the internship program come to be, guys?
I know on my behalf, it started out with my National Honor Society club. They have a thing called NHS Scholars for Servers Day, and it happens once a semester. And for $20 donation, you can have a student come and hang out with you for the day and do work with you, whether it be at a business level and then getting some shadowing involved, or even with teachers. And I remember Miss Carol Garrett, who is the Director of Communications at Bedford County Schools, sent out an email, and she wanted someone with graphic design experience. And as y'all should know, I've done 7 years of yearbook, so I was like, that is my alley. I'll go spend a day with her. And I did that, and I just did that 2 more times. And on my last time, Carol and Savannah came up to me and they're like, hey, we needed you to look over these lists of possible tasks for an intern.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to look over things. And I get to looking over them, and I was like, there ain't no way this is going to anyone else. I want this.
You want it, so you're going to go for it.
So I'm going to go for it, and I went for it. And at the time, I was just going to do anything, and if it was free or if it was just like an hour a week, I was just going to do it because I knew that was kind of the direction. Mass communications was where I was headed for college.
Sure.
And I was just contemplating everything, and I just was like, this is just a great opportunity. And I just love Carol and Savannah. They have great personalities when you meet them.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of how we did it. But then Mr. Sam contacted us, and we got that on the roll.
Set up. So in Bedford County, we used to have the old co-op program.
Right. I think my parents did that when they were in high school.
Yes, sir. That was kind of the catch-all term for students that went to work and got to leave school a little early to go get some job experience. We had a little gap in co-op, and I think the state of Tennessee was reconfiguring how that program was going to work, and it was reborn as work-based learning. So I've been in Bedford County Schools for about 11 and a half years, and in my second year, our CTE director came to me and asked us to restart that work-based learning program.
Right.
That program was aimed, by and large, at students that were college-bound.
Okay.
And we were doing just internships, typically unpaid. So we would have kids go out and spend 6 to 10 hours a week in some occupation that was connected to their program of study at the high schools,
right,
and their future career choices. So as we developed that each year, we'd have more and more kids, more and more local businesses participate. Worked really well, but I never felt like it was a complete bridge from high school to full-time employment.
Very surface level if you're doing 6 to 10 hours a week.
You could get a little bit
light duty.
High school students are blank slates.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anything that they get to see is going to be beneficial, but you really couldn't dig in the way we would like for them to. And once again, a lot of the kids in that class were college-bound. So we found that about 55% of Bedford County students are going directly into the workforce.
Wow.
So a couple of years ago, Bedford County, along with every county in the state of Tennessee, received a Innovative Schools grant from our Department of Education. that money was intended for us to be innovative in how we serve our students. So I lobbied really hard with Miss Lori Sexton to expand that work-based learning program and have an opportunity to get more kids involved, to try to complete that bridge from high school to employment, and really trying to focus on those kids that were going to be going into the workforce.
Sure.
So from that, our ICON program was born. ICON is an acronym that stands for Innovative Career Opportunity Network.
Okay.
So we're proud of that that acronym. I got to leave the classroom, and I am full-time in the community trying to build relationships, establish those relationships we have places for those students to go.
Yeah.
We also went a step further that we hired our career coaches, and we have 3 of those, one at each of the county high schools. So where I'm outward facing, our career coaches are inward facing.
Let's say that again.
So where I'm outward facing to the community,
and
finding those places, our career coaches are inward facing to the students.
Right, at the schools.
At the schools.
Giving that like almost like an advisor.
/ recruiter.
There you go.
So, for example, with you, Chase, when you had an opportunity for a student to come in, we created that job description.
We did.
Sent that out to my career coaches, and they started talking to students. Who's interested? Who fits the mold, who fits the description, and then allowed you to interview those students and made that match with the young man from community. And
Dawson Chumley.
And get Dawson in here and get him working. And when the students get here, 2 things are going to happen. Number 1, they're going to realize, hey, this is wonderful. I have made a correct choice, and I'm going to continue down that path. The other outcome is, hey, this may not be exactly what I thought it was.
Right, and that's okay. It's a learning experience.
Exactly right. And as long as we're learning those soft skills and professionalism and all those things that kids need to succeed in the process, for a student at the end of the day to say, you know what, maybe radio is not for me.
Right.
That's okay, because we can switch gears now in high school rather than going to school, spending money, spending time, or worse yet, graduating, getting that job, and having to leave it when you've got those responsibilities that jump on you really quick.
And the investment.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we're trying to bring that to the high school level so that our students, when they walk across that stage, as many as we can, understand what I'm doing next. Hopefully even having the opportunity to have built a relationship in high school. I know where I'm going to go. And it's automatic. So we can graduate them on a Saturday night in May, and they're coming to work on Monday morning.
They could.
Ready to go.
And I want to say one thing as you're talking about that, for the students. My advice for the students, if you're looking to participate in this program, is to use this as a career test drive.
Oh,
okay.
Sure.
Right? Because like we're talking about, Sam, before you make that investment and go to college for something, and with the county growing like it is, we've always had local radio stations, so that opportunity is there. But, there's all kinds of other things coming and already now here and established in Bedford County and Shelbyville. Try that career. And it's a safe place for you to find out that you love it and you want to invest in it, or you want to get out before you've gone to college for 2 to 4 to 8 years.
That's exactly right.
So do that, and students, when you're making that choice, when you want to participate in the work-based learning program, choose intentionally.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. We all have those things when they're coming up, that you think that you want to do or seems cool.
Sure.
For my own story, I had an idea when I went to school what I wanted to be, and I took a couple of classes in finance and realized that is not right for Sam Blevins. So
thought it was, but you tried it and said no, sir.
That's exactly right. And a lot of our students may not have the support or that knowledge in the home. I certainly didn't. Both my parents. One worked in a factory. My mother did data entry in a hospital. So when I told them, hey, I want to be in finance and be a money manager or a stockbroker, they were like, okay, great. We don't know what that is.
We don't,
Take off. And it took a little while to figure that out. So I was in the 3rd year of college before, and 3 internships later before I figured out what was right for me.
Yeah.
So we want these students to be able to do that in high school. So that investment that they make, whether it's time, money, effort, is going in the right direction.
That's it.
So
that's exactly right. So I guess that's part of the goal of the ICON program, right?
Absolutely. To get our students paired up in situations where they can build those relationships, they can test drive future careers, and make good choices. So hopefully, once again, they're gainfully employed as quickly as they can when we get them across that stage, and we want our kids to stay here.
Yeah.
Bedford County, like you said, is growing. We've got industries coming in. We've got our Shelbyville-Bedford partnership that's actively recruiting those businesses.
Those folks are working hard.
And they need staff. That's one of the big decisions if a business is going to move here is, can I staff my business?
Yeah. Bedford County needs help.
Absolutely.
And by that I mean, like, there's a big help wanted sign hanging at the border.
Yeah.
Sure.
Come work. Yeah, we need you.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And to get everybody on the same page so they can go out and recruit those businesses, our school system, our high schools are preparing those kids for those jobs, then it's a seamless transition rather than if a business moved here and they're hoping. We don't want them to hope. We want to give them some level of that we know we've got some programs that are going to prepare future employees, and here's how we're going to do it.
Absolutely. Well, Gracie, we've talked about what the ICON program is and what the goal is and how it can benefit students and workplaces here in Bedford County. What's your experience with it?
Experience with this program has been fantastic, and I have not regretted a single day of my internship since I said yes to that opportunity. And I think really what's been cool is learning about my major and the industry in which it is and those daily tasks, and really honing in on my skill sets and really growing my confidence and whatnot. But for me, like, my daily tasks, like coming in every day and learning that I'm going to be doing social media management, I might be doing graphic design, I support event planning and campaigns, website management, and just a general office task. But going in and realizing that there is an industry which I can go and I can enjoy the day-to-day work, even with the special stuff. And I think what was really cool with this internship is when I got there, I got to really hone in my graphic design skills. And as I said, I had spent 7 years with Yearbook, and figuring out in college, and when you're in high school, you're looking at what you've done and you're trying to figure out that next step, and you're like, there's so many options and there's so many places you can go and so many different routes with technical college, four-year college, community college, straight workforce, military, and you're overwhelmed because you're like, I'm 18 years old, I don't know what I for sure want to do. And but I do know that I enjoy Yearbook. Like, I love the photography, I love the graphic design.
So you had a taste.
I had a taste. I was like, I love this content creation, but how can I make a job out of this with a livable wage that supports the lifestyle and the goals that I have?
Yeah, respectable one.
Oh, yeah. And so this internship came along, and I had started hearing about what mass communications was. I went to UT Martin for governor's school in humanities, and I had a professor there who was a great mentor, and I just kind of told her my ambitions, and she's like, I think you need to look into mass communications and public relations.
Right.
But I started watching YouTube videos, and I'm like, what is this? What is the day-to-day of this? And when Carol approached, when they came and I saw this internship, I knew, like, this is in the mass communications department. It's with education. I feel like this is a great opportunity to learn what I want to do.
Right.
And so I learn these, and then each day I'm looking at different tasks, and I'm building, my soft skills, my professional skills, whether it be verbal, written, or just even networking. And it's just been amazing to see how, like, honestly, like, if you're looking at an intern, especially from the business point of view, don't just have them file away. Just do the the smaller tasks. Let them actually get that hands-on experience, because I really have gotten some great content experience with them, going out to classrooms, seeking out that content, working on campaigns, starting up campaigns of my own, presenting that to Savannah and Carol and Nick, and getting that feedback. Is this the direction I need to go with this? And really seeing the analytics with social media. And I'm like, okay, I've done this campaign, and it's interesting how social media now plays a part in our marketing and how your graphics, and seeing your work actually out on the platform and seeing that. every day.
Right.
I would say Gracie's been more of a mentor to me in these last 2 weeks. I've been here 2 weeks now in Bedford County, and so I can attest and speak for Carol and the communications team to say Gracie's been amazing. She's been so helpful to me, a mentor, really showing me the ropes. And yeah, when I met her, I was just like, man, this has to be a college student, you know. And when I figured out she was in high school, I was like, this is nuts. She's just, she's got. It seems like she knows everybody, and if she doesn't know something, she figures it out. But yeah, it's big shoes that are going to be left to fill. So just as I'm getting settled in and getting to know Gracie, she's leaving, but we're going to miss her.
Yeah, and Gracie, that's quite a compliment for your age.
Thank you.
So this is what I'm seeing in this program, guys. Sam, you explained the intention of the Icon program, and Gracie has taken full advantage of it, and she's witnessing, she's done everything that you hoped that it would create.
Absolutely.
So and Gracie, sorry to put you on the spot on Facebook and on the radio and everything, but, students, I think you should model after what Gracie has done. Take full advantage of this Icon program. Get as involved as you can. Don't sit behind the desk and do nothing all day.
That's right.
If you don't have something to do, get up and be like, hey, I'm free. Get me more involved. I want to do it. And
absolutely.
And again, that choosing intentionally.
Yep. That idea of initiative is a big deal, because sometimes students don't know how to do that, and you've never been put in a situation where you had to do that. In school, things kind of happen around you whether you're participating or not. The teacher's going to teach. So in this situation, Gracie has done a great job, and she's got super involved and worked really hard on developing relationships, which is a big part of the working world that sometimes we don't think about. The old saying, sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Right.
And this opportunity to get students into these businesses and make those connections, that's lifelong, and a skill that will benefit you your entire career. That sometimes it's hard to develop, and it's something that, and I'm sure you remember me saying stuff like this in the classroom. It's easy for teachers to say. Sometimes it's harder. You have to live it. The students really need to experience it to understand really what the concept is. Yeah. It's a little bit more powerful in application than it is simply in theory.
That's right. So Bedford County Schools offering experience in the workplace.
Absolutely. And she's done a really good job, once again, of building those connections. And even going a step further, we hope once she gets her degree and all that good stuff, that as Bedford County Schools expands and hopefully the communication department expands, Gracie comes right on back home.
You could.
Oh, yeah.
And be right here, because she knows everybody. She's got good, solid experience with us, and she's a known quantity.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for.
Well, folks, we're going to take a short 60-second break here on Gov Talk, and we will be right back. At Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care, they strive to bring you excellence. Their family-friendly atmosphere makes going to the doctor a breeze. They provide their patients with in-depth eye exams with same-day glasses, a wide selection of name-brand frames like Ray-Ban, Versace, Coach, and more. They also have contact lenses and are able to treat ocular diseases and eye injuries. Need an eye exam? Trust Dr. Hasty and Family Eye Care, located at 605 North Main Street in Shelbyville, directly across from the U.S. Post Office. 931-684-2020.
Hey, listen up. Kincaid's is currently having a big closeout sale on all furniture. Take advantage of deals on a huge inventory of name brands like Flex Steel, Jackson, Catnapper, Ashley, Ardent Home, and so much more. It's time to stop by Kincaid's and shop the huge inventory during their big closeout sale while supplies last. Buy local with Kincaid's, offering financing and free local delivery. Located on the Kincaid corner on Madison Street in Shelbyville. Kincaid Service Company, where service is their middle name.
This is Gov Talk with Chase Clanton this morning. Sorry, Scott, but we're joined with the Bedford County Schools internship program. We've got Gracie Herrod, Nick Eagles, and Sam Blevins talking about the Icon program, work-based learning, and things like that. So we were just leaving off here talking about it's not always what you know only, but who you know as well. So, Gracie, what were some of your biggest takeaways?
I'd say my relationships and the network that I've built here. When I came in, I remember that first week, of starting this internship, and I was so nervous, and I was like, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I'm uncomfortable. Like, what? This is like so new.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. And Carol and Savannah just welcomed me in with open arms, and they have really just pushed me and thrived. And one thing I love about working there is Savannah was kind of like the big sister, and Carol's going to get me for this one, but I always called Carol Mother Hen because she really was that.
She's the mom of the group.
She's the mom, and so I would come in and I built that relationship, and they gave me a task, and I could be like, Savannah, I don't know what to do. Can you show me? And she would show me, and then I would present something to Carol, and she would look at it, and I just remember her pushing, like, she pushes you. Like, she questions, like, is this really what we need to be doing? She counter-argues with you, and it really is nice to have that push to determine what you're doing is on the right step. Mm-hmm. And the memories that I've made with them is incredible, and I really am sad to be leaving them because of that relationship that I built with them.
Yeah, I understand.
The new relationships I made with Nick coming in and meeting him and all of learning about what he's done in his professional life is really great, and I get to learn from his skill set. And then Krisha Patel is our new intern. She's a senior at Shelbyville Central High School.
Right. Welcome, Krisha.
Yeah.
If y'all see her, definitely say hi, tell her congrats. And it's been a really great opportunity to kind of be that mentor role and teach her and welcome her in her first couple of weeks and training her, because it showed me confidence that I know my skills and that I can go out into interviews and be like, I've done this. And that relationships, like Carol's backing me with recommendation letters. Mm-hmm. If I call on Savannah or Carol, I'm like, hey, I need y'all to support, they are definitely there. But not only the relationships, the network, because I got here and I've got to meet the radio, you guys, mm-hmm. Chase, and then the local medias and mm-hmm. different people within departments of Board of Education, our big community leaders, county mayors, commissioners, and got to know them.
You're comfortable with those people.
Oh, yes.
You've built quite a resume at 18?
I'm 19.
You're 19, okay. Yeah, it's still 18 or 19. I didn't have quite that resume, at least in that field. At 19.
At 19, I was loading trucks at FedEx.
Nothing wrong with that either. Yeah. But so you have made a lot of connections, built a resume. I couldn't imagine somebody being more prepared for college.
Thank you. I will say that having this network back in my community, because being younger, you're going through high school, you want to leave your hometown. But now that I've seen the opportunities and the network here and the job opportunities, I definitely want to go away and enjoy my 4 years of college and see where that takes me. But I will definitely be coming back and settling down in Bedford County, because the people here is what keeps you here. It's the connections. There might be higher paying jobs in other counties, but the connections and that small town vibe and your support here, you're not going to get that in any other county. And I've definitely seen that with Bedford County schools.
There's definitely a lot of truth to that. Yeah. When you get in a big pond, you kind of get lost. I mean, it's harder to make meaningful relationships with people when there's so many people and they're all so busy that they don't have time.
Oh, yeah.
Very true.
So true.
It's a big reason why we left Nashville to come out here.
I was going to say, I've just
I've already can tell that this community is tight-knit and close, and everybody kind of knows each other and has each other's backs, and I like that.
Yeah, and hopefully not cliquish.
Right.
Yeah.
My experience has been people are happy to talk to you.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I've had so many people they're so excited to know that I'm an intern and they want to learn about me and my experiences. And like today, it's my last day at work, and everyone popping by the office and just congratulating me, and also just so excited to see me leave. But the memories I've made here and the connections, those connections are going to last me a lifetime, and they're going to come out and be beneficial in so many ways, because someone can look at you and be like, I've known what you did, I know the people that you've worked with are great character people. They're going to turn around and look at you and see that same in you, and they're going to be more willing to be open to you and the opportunities that you're going to bring to them.
Right. So speaking of college and building your resume and everything, let's touch briefly on your next stop, Gracie. Where are you headed after your internship?
So I will be spending my next 4 years at University of North Alabama. It's a smaller D1 college in Florence. I absolutely love it. They're great. One of the main reasons I accepted, they waive out-of-state tuition for Bedford County schools. So if you're looking for someone who's going to want to go out of state like me, that was a great opportunity for me. I also managed to somehow get in their honors college. I was so excited to learn about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I'll be continuing with them. But my major will be mass communications with a concentration in public relations.
Basically what you did this
What
summer.
I did this
Right.
summer. Some people are like, what the world is that? And I'm like, it's like if social media marketing and advertisement had a baby, and that's the degree.
There you go.
Or
That's the
Alice,
degree.
that's the degree.
Well said.
Well said.
I don't know what else. But,
That's very good.
yeah, so, or some people are like, what is that? I'm just like, I like to talk to people, basically. That's what I
Yeah,
do.
you like to get out.
I like to get out and do and see.
Yeah,
So-
basically you have an opportunity to get paid to be out and about on behalf of an organization.
And it's been amazing.
represent.
That is something I realized I cannot be sitting at a desk every single day. But I do like my desk time, but I love getting out and going to those classrooms and seeing those faces and going to those events and networking with those people and really telling their story. So it's been awesome. I love it.
Well, congratulations on your endeavors. Good.
Gracie's going to go on and do huge things. I already know it.
Yeah, we feel it coming.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, really.
Yeah, this is going to be great. So, okay, guys, and everyone's welcome to comment on this. Our call to action. We've shared what the ICON program is, what work-based learning really is, how you can take full advantage of it by Gracie's testimony to how she did it. What do we want to communicate to our students and parents and maybe even other workplaces here in Bedford County and Shelbyville?
Well, first of all, the Bedford County businesses have been wonderful. We placed about 60 kids last year across 30 businesses here in the county. Our business community has been super supportive. They want to be engaged in our schools and have done a great job of supporting these kids. If anyone is looking for an intern, please don't hesitate to call. Get a hold of us. Chase has my information if you want to call here, or my number at the school is 931-684-1889, and you can reach me at the school system. I work out of the CTE Annex over at Shelbyville Central High School is my home base, but most of my time I'm moving around the county and talking with folks. Students are anxious to find the opportunities.
I'm sure.
So if you need someone, please let us know. For our students, contact your career coach at each of your schools, Coach Sheffield at Cascade, Miss Kaylee Pierce out at Community. We're in process of replacing our career coach at Central.
Okay.
So we'll have one of those in place soon. But your school counselors can also help you get that work-based learning on your schedule. The ICON program is think of it as a little bit of a service. It's not a credit-bearing service that we offer. You get your high school credit when you enroll in the class work-based learning.
Okay.
So a little bit of a difference there. But ultimately, we're going to try to do this. We're all doing the same thing as we're trying to create opportunities for our students and create those connections for our local businesses to help Bedford County grow. Because ultimately that's what we're trying to accomplish, is helping Bedford County out, our businesses, our kids, our families.
And keep our young people in Bedford County.
Keep our students here, absolutely.
Yeah, and keep them working here and living here.
Absolutely.
That's a win. That's a win for our local community.
Yep, we're growing one way or the other. Bedford County is going to grow.
Yeah.
And we're trying to prepare for it.
Absolutely.
So that's one of the neat things about kind of these guys are talking about social media and social media marketing. And Chase, you remember my class in marketing.
Oh, yes.
I'm not an expert at social media marketing. And
me either.
Those are jobs out there that when I was in high school, that didn't exist. I couldn't have prepared myself for it. So when these kids are getting into these different opportunities, they can start seeing things they may not see in the classroom. I'm not an expert in all things marketing. I was good at sales, that part of it.
Yeah.
But the social media part, I'm a little older, so not necessarily my forte. Getting that experience, such a great way to learn and get your hands on.
Well, thank you, Sam. Gracie and Nick, any other closing thoughts or things you'd like to say?
For sure, students really do take opportunities and seek out, because with my internship, I only learned about my industry and the softwares that will set me apart in interviews coming up. It does stand out on your resume, and if you're applying for those scholarships and financial aid and all that, it does help.
Sure.
But I will say, internships are a safe place for you to make mistakes and learn. I've made plenty of mistakes within my internship. I've not always been perfect, but it's always been great to have Carol and them. They're like, it's okay, it happens, mistakes happen, let's move on from this. And I learned, and I've learned so much, and I have just grown in my confidence and my abilities to go out in the workforce, go to college. I know that I'm going to be a great asset to whatever team I'm at, wherever I'm at, what groups I'm a part, organizations, and on my campuses. But students really do take advantage of these work-based learning, because there's so much a classroom can teach you, as Mr. Blevins has taught, but there's so much more you get from actual real-life experience. And I guarantee if you're nervous, you're maybe a little more shy, it's me, uncomfortable is okay, and saying yes to those opportunities are where you're going to grow the most.
That's right.
Really, you're going to be nervous, and it's going to be an anxious field, and you're going to be uncomfortable, but you'll get comfortable. And I can say, you can really open up, and I've definitely, over this summer, I've really opened up and have been able to just be my true self at work, and everything that I've brought. It's just amazing opportunities. Don't say no to opportunities. Always say yes. So that's my only biggest advice. Say yes to
Say
things.
yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Say yes to opportunities, even if they're uncomfortable. Scary would be the operative word.
That's right.
Well, guys, thank you so much. We've been talking today to Bedford County Schools about the internship program with Gracie Herrod, their outgoing communications intern. But I know they're going to miss you quite a bit. And Nick Eagles, their new communications assistant. Excited to work with you going forward.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mr. Sam Blevins, or I know Mr. Blevins, their work-based learning and icon program coordinator. Thanks so much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Isn't it time you had a good night's sleep? People at their best get their beauty rest with a personalized Simmons Beauty Rest sleep experience from Kincaid's, who's always been your hometown source for top-notch customer care. From inner spring and plush to the luxurious Beauty Rest Harmony Collection, featuring pocketed coil technology designed to restore your sleep with individualized support. Call Kincaid's at 931-684-5662 and get your beauty rest with impressive selection of Simmons Beauty Rest mattresses today.
At Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care, they strive to bring you excellence. Their family-friendly atmosphere makes going to the doctor a breeze. They provide their patients with in-depth eye exams with same-day glasses, a wide selection of name-brand frames like Ray-Ban, Versace, Coach, and more. They also have contact lenses and are able to treat ocular diseases and eye injuries. Need an eye exam? Trust Dr. Hasty and Family Eye Care, located at 605 North Main Street in Shelbyville.